guess? Ah, she's right. At Tipo. Hey, wait a minute. I'm here to tell you a beautiful story about the greatest storyteller who ever lived in this land. Now you see, long ago, back before your father's father had even been fathered, and back when the sun would rise in the west and set in the east, and there lived a man. And this man, he was no ordinary man. Because, of course, he was the greatest storyteller to ever walk the land. And can you guess what his name is? His name is Omulokholi. Omulokholi. Sikizo, son of Supela. Unfortunately, though, our great storyteller never ever learned how to cross the road. And so, whenever he approached the road, instead of looking left and looking right, and then looking left again to make sure that there were no vehicles perambulating down the road at the speed of light, threatening to instantaneously reduce his lifespan, he would cross the road fast, and then when he got into the other side, he'd look back left, and look back right, and look back left again, to confirm that he'd actually gotten there safely. Now, this strategy worked for him for quite a number of times, until one day, when he was right in the middle of the road, he saw someone, and this someone confused him so thoroughly that he had to stop and take her in. And when he did that, he failed to notice that his neighbor's he-goat had finally managed to tear through the rope that tethered him and was now coming down the same road at the speed of light. 1 minute, our storyteller was alive and well, and the next moment, he was past tense. I'm telling you, the mothers in the village cried, and the fathers in the village cried, and the children in the village cried. Hey, pardon me, I didn't cry. But nonetheless, the entire village went into mourning. And so, before the storyteller died, don't ask me how, but before he died, he asked me, the other storyteller from the east, to come to Jabulani and tell you his life story in memory of him. And so, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, I am here in front of you today with a huge pot full of steaming creativity. I'm telling you, you have never had a story like this. You will never hear a story like this again. And even right now, you may or may not be hearing this story. And this is the story of Omulokholi, Omulokhola, Hesikizo, his son of Supela. And now, when I was growing up, I had various rumors about this great storyteller. And one such rumor was that he was never born in his entire lifetime. Not once. And it's not that he took offense with people who were born more than once. It's just that when he was ready to come out, he simply stepped out. Another rumor that I heard about Omulokholi was concerning his thorough feeding habits. Now, it is said that whenever he was invited to a feast, he would get there very early and he would start eating. And he would eat before everyone else in the village. He would eat with everyone else in the village. And he would eat even after everyone else in the village. And because of this thorough feeding habit, he grew up to be a very strong and handsome young man. All the boys who looked at him said, hey, I want to be like that guy over there. And all the cows, whenever they saw him, and they lined the paths that he was walking and whistled at him and telling him things like, oh, son of Supela. Now when I see you, my heart does pata, 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 pata. And when I see you, I start doing giggly, giggly, giggly. Hey, this guy was serious. And on top of these two traits, he was also the wisest man of his age. And because of this, the elders in the village decided to invite the son of Supela to start smoking tobacco with them in the evenings so that they could pick his brain and nurture his wisdom. But The thing is, the place where the elders used to smoke their tobacco, in order for Omulokholi to get to that place, he had to cross a road first. And so, the first couple of times, things were okay. He went through and he got there safely. But then one day, right as he was in the middle of his ritual, he saw someone. And this someone was beautiful like her. She had eyes like two coffee beans, floating gaily in a calabash of milk. And her skin was as smooth as the surface of that milk itself. Hey, guys, gentlemen, let me tell you something. I saw her once, and that figure. Jesus, take the wheel. That figure, I don't even know what to say about it. It's as if she'd been carved out of the finest soapstone in the land. And then to add on top of this, she was very serious upstairs as well. And by that I mean that she had two medulla oblongatas, with one nested inside the other one to maximize the cognitive ability to cranial volume ratio. In layman's language, she had a brain that was twice the size of mine inside a head that is just as big as mine is. And when Omulokholi saw this woman, can you guess what he decided to do? Can you guess what he decided to do? Can you guess what he decided to do? He decided to? No, he did not stare. He simply reached into his pocket and pulled out his BlackBerry and instant messaged himself on his iPhone to remind himself to add this fine woman on Facebook. And that is when he realized that he didn't even know what her Facebook name was. So the son of Supela decided to look up. But when he looked up, the woman was gone. As in, she was there. He looked down at his phones. He looked back up, and she was not there. In my village where I come from, when a beautiful woman such as that just disappears from right underneath your nose, we usually assume that she is running after someone, or someone is running after her. So our storyteller decided to investigate and find out which of the two it was. Unfortunately though, just as he was stepping off the boat to begin his investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the story of Omulokholi, Omulokhola Sikizo, son of